everyone. You're welcome to the Absolute You Talk Show. My name is Deborah Gude, and I have with me here
Aragbeshola Ifeoluwa Praise.
It's good to have you guys again on the show. And today we are going to be talking about how to live a balanced life, or better, I think it's living a balanced life as a lady. And so the same way we see balanced diet when it comes to eating habits, you see from primary school, remember, vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, fat and oil, protein, and when we go into other details, you will see that when you miss one of these content, if you take out carbohydrates, or is it protein or carbohydrate, that you see that you have lack of some of these things. You see, so there's a need to eat healthy and to have a balanced diet. You see what that does even with your own health. So how much more of you as a woman, as a lady, why it's important that you are living a balanced life, and why did we even make this episode a part of our show? I would just say, give a brief, and just say something brief. And it's because, at times it gets me worried when you see girls think that their only responsibility is to look beautiful, and it ends there. There is nothing like, pushing and striving to make sure that you are complete all around. And that's why the name of this show, it's the Absolute You. And so we started with core values that every girl should imbibe. And you've been with us, and I'm sure you've been enjoying the episode. So that is it for living a balanced life. We're trying to make a lady understand that your responsibility is not just to look beautiful, but there are other things that you have to put in consideration when you're in becoming a woman, and in becoming original, in becoming authentic, and in becoming absolute. All right, so let's get into it. So Ife, what is your own take on living a balanced life as a lady?
I feel like living a balanced life is an essential part of, it should be an essential part of your daily life, being able to balance your activities, your family, everything you do, really. Just balancing your work life, your health, like Deborah said, just everything you do, everything you engage yourself with. Don't let it overwhelm you, that it becomes too much and it starts draining your energy. Just be able to balance it, your health, your work life, the things you enjoy doing, and make time for the things you enjoy doing. Yes, so just be able to balance them and impute them in your daily life and daily activities.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so let's just go right into our discussion. So living a balanced life means finding harmony between personal, professional, and social responsibility. It's about prioritizing what truly matters. An episode will come where we're going to talk about, what's your priority, being a prioritized woman. We'll talk about that. You guys, you're going to enjoy it. Okay, so, yes, your personal, professional, and social responsibilities. It's not about just, sometimes back then when we're in uni, and you have your roommates, and some of them, they know how to do frontal.
Exactly.
They know how to do straighten bone straights.
You know how to fix nails. You know how to fix lashes.
I'm telling you. But when it comes to being organized, hygiene, being clean, it hurts me. And sometimes when you are in your halls of residence and you see the toilet at times, there's one thing that we always say, look at them. If you visit the toilet, you look at the toilet and you're like, is this a girl's hostel? Do girls actually use the restroom this way? And a lot of these girls, they are so focused on
how they look,
how I look,
how they appear.
You wear makeup, lip gloss, you're focused on beauty, but you're not clean.
You go out with your thick lip liner, meanwhile you just finished messing up the toilet.
I'm telling you, it's not balanced. That's not the kind of life you should be living. Okay, so our first discussion was understanding balance and define what a balanced life looks like and why it's important for a woman. And I said why it's important. I believe that it's important because, it begins with you, really. You have to develop yourself as a lady. balance all round. Thank God for that place. You are no longer a child where you are, they're taking care of and they're feeding you all the time. The time will come where you're going to have to take up responsibilities and tasks all by yourself. And if you don't work towards it, if you don't train yourself, like we talked about discipline in the earlier episode, and if you don't train yourself and work towards this thing, you will really find it hard. You will find it hard when it comes to growth and development, and you can be left out. Women are supposed to be doing great things. I mean, we are doing the great things already, but much more. We should not be left out. Let's come together in oneness, in heart and mind. So that's the importance. You don't want to be left out, and you want to also have confidence too. That's another thing.
That's a beautiful one.
Balance would help you when will help build your confidence level. So I don't know if you have anything to say when it comes to the importance of balance.
Personally, I feel you've said it all, because it all starts from you watching. It starts from you being able to balance everything you do. Really, don't let it jam that it overwhelms you, like I said earlier. Yeah, so you said it all, really.
Thank you so much. Okay, so signs of imbalance. Discuss common signs that indicate one. Okay, so let's start from you.
I feel signs of imbalance, stress, really, fatigue. Because when you're not balancing, you'll be like, I've not done this, I need to get this done, I need to get that done. It just starts, it comes with a lot of stress. You start overthinking, and before you know it, high blood pressure comes in, just different things. Just balance yourself and be able to live that healthy life that you want for yourself, really. So I feel that's what it is. And then just be able to set your priorities. It's all just back to our last episode. Set your priorities. Journaling. It goes back to journaling, to write down the things you want to do for that particular day. Let it be invoked in your daily lifestyle, in your life daily. So I feel that's just it. And then that's when stress will come when you don't plan yourself. So just plan yourself, really. Yes, to avoid fatigue and stress. So you'll be able to look good, and all your your makeup, everything won't go in vain, and then you end up looking drained and overwhelmed.
Complete you. So
The absolute you.
Yes. Managing yourself is very important. That's one of the things that you would learn, even as we talk about living a balanced life. Manage. It's good, yeah, but then this is part of even discovering. Like, take time, manage yourself. Plan. It's part of these things that you should take note of when it comes to being balanced. How do I plan? Something that you said about journaling. You can also say, in other words, to-do list. We're not going to go into too much details. Let's just give you what this is all about. You can plan. Be a good planner. Plan yourself. Have a goal. Be a goal-driven person.
You can get a book from now, and you say, okay, this day I'm going to do this. This day I will do this. This day I will do that.
For those of you,
so you won't live a scattered, life.
Yeah. For those of you that have iPads and you have Apple Pencil, that's one of the things you should be doing. You should have a planner there. It's not just so fancy. So, okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, benefits of balance, highlight the positive impact of living. I think we've touched that. Okay, this says on mental health and relationships and productivity. Planning yourself. I said something about determining the kind of a lady that you want to be. First of all, what kind of a woman do you want to be? That would definitely tell on your daily activity. What sort of a person do you want to be? You set your goals. Whatever aspect, you're in school, you have a goal academically. That would help you. What kind of, how do I want to graduate out of this place?
Exactly. What perception do I want them to have of me?
Exactly. The course that I'm doing, what do I want to do? So you make goals like that. Before you begin to even talk about journaling, before you begin to talk about the idea of to-do list, all those things, you have to make up your mind. What kind of a person do you want to be? Identify that first. And so definitely so when it comes to being intentional, you will know how to be, because you've stated what kind of person you want to be. You get your journal, write it down, to-do list, celebrate your little wins.
Goals, reflect on your accomplishments.
Exactly. That one would help, especially when it comes to mental health, because I know that when it comes to this, so people are watching this now, don't put pressure on yourself and don't be hard on yourself and don't compare yourself. Both of us, we are still a work in progress. We're not there yet. We are learning as we're speaking to you. So you're a work in progress. And mental health, to avoid comparison, celebrate your little wins.
Little things matter.
Little things definitely matter. And relationships and productivity. First, talk about the kind of relationship that you want to have, and that would definitely help. Okay, so I think we're going to go into practical tips for achieving balance. The one thing about this is that as we're starting with the what's it called? As we start the introduction, we already mentioned some of the things that tips. We already put the tips already there. So I said we're going to start with you. Tips.
So basically, the number one tip I'll say would be prioritizing self-care. It can be by reading, by taking a walk. There are books to read that would really motivate you to elevate yourself to the level you see yourself, to that top that you see yourself, to that high profile that you want for yourself. And then that work, you can just take a walk, just to release that stress, you release that energy, and then just feel free with yourself by taking a walk. You can listen to music when you're taking a walk at the same time. So that's just it basically. So
yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. When you talked about books, I mean, it's powerful, and that's why I would still really hammer on what sort of a woman do you want to become. If your own perception about being a woman and being a lady is to look beautiful, then don't even go close to then the area of having a journal. Even if you have journal, is cosmetic products that you're about. Don't you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So what sort of woman do you want to be? That would help you even in your planning. That would help in the kind of places that you go to, the kind of people that you keep around you. That would equally also help you set goals on how to maintain the kind of relationships that you have based on the person that you are determined to become. I don't know if you understand what I said. And another thing is, like she said something about, books. Reading books and making sure that you develop your mental capacity.
Yes, to shape your mental capacity.
Exactly.
To help you interact with people better, to know how to speak, how to communicate without getting into negative things that will not help you.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Books go a long way.
So there was something that, while I was entering into the university, my mom would say, I had a gap year before I entered uni. So she would so emphasize on when you wake up in the morning, do not just carry your phone and stay on the bed. Get proactive. Do something. No matter how little it is, just do something with you. Wake up in the morning, say your prayer, get to the kitchen. Is there food in the on the gas cooker? Warm it so that it doesn't get bad. Those kind of things. Be proactive. As a girl, you don't just sit down there and fold your bag. So when I got into uni and I saw, and I just, look at way girls sometimes just behave. They are so laid back. And as much as, there are times that I don't even have anything to do, but just sitting down and folding my hands like this is nothing is happening. I'm not just comfortable. I'm going to be trained to that manner of, just get something done. Even if you don't have anything, you don't have any class throughout today, it doesn't mean you should stay in your bed. So just carry your phone and you're just there, streaming and streaming and streaming. You didn't do anything apart from that. So is that the kind of a person that you want to be? Someone that is, goal-driven, that has set her goal. Okay, I want to graduate with this CGPA. I want to finish this course, even in school. I want to finish this particular, I want to even this course and finish to achieve this. You will see that when you're setting your goals, those things are falling in line. The goals are set, they are in line with your desires and your passion. So someone that, her own is just, you see, life is just, it does flow, you just jam anything, you just jam anything. Do you get? I don't know if you want to share something.
So I feel you've said it all. It's all still just back to you as a person. You have to be able to be arranged, be organized in everything you do. It still goes back to you. And you can start by journaling too.
Okay.
It still goes back to journaling.
Thank you Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go into setting boundaries. Definitely, I think we did speak about that too. Yeah, and creating a schedule. I think we've touched that as well. Having planning it's really, really important. And, making a to-do list, absolutely, definitely
Create
important.
a schedule.
Yeah, and it all goes back. You have to define the kind of a person that you want to be. And this doesn't even just go to just the ladies, but everywhere. The lady, the guy, you have to have a goal. Have a goal. What kind of a person? Define who you want to be before you can. That would definitely reflect in the kind of goals that you set for yourself. Yeah, so create a schedule, yeah, definitely, and practice mindfulness, incorporate mindfulness techniques to stay present and, yeah, reduce stress. So, okay, I think we're going to go into our next segment, but we're taking a break. Be right back.
Welcome back to the Absolute You. So now I'll be taking a few questions. So the very first question is from Chioma, and it says, what are some practical steps I can take to start achieving balance in my life? So really, it all draws back to the tips we gave, setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and creating a schedule for yourself. So that creating a schedule, you would have to get a journal for that and then write down things you want to achieve daily. And in setting boundaries, know when to say no and when to say yes. Know when to totally decline when it is draining your energy. And then the one that says prioritizing self-care, you can just take a walk, you can read books that helps motivate yourself, that helps bring up that you that you want to see. So I feel that's it basically. Yeah.
Okay.
But do you have anything to say about it?
Yeah, honestly, it goes back to everything we've talked about. Like, just make sure, again, define the woman that you want to be, and that would help when it comes to prioritizing. I mean, practical steps, right? You will make those practical steps. So outline it, sit down. Like we talked about affirmations. You write the kind of woman that you want to become every day and remind yourself every time that you wake up in the morning, this is who I am, this is what I have to do. That would help you will make effort in being intentional and trying to reach the goal of the kind of woman that you want to become. So you have set that goal. This is who I want to be. So now it's upon you to be intentional and make practical steps. Take practical steps and action. I want to do this. So if it's I want to read my books, or I want to develop my vocabulary. You read books, just ensuring that you're balanced. This kind of thing. So you know the kind of woman you want to be. So that's it. Okay. So question 2, isn't it? Okay, let me move on. Okay, so that says, I think this is coming from, oops, I can't see that. Okay, Miss Gifts. All right, she says, the strategies that I can use to prioritize self-care without feeling guilty. Wow. You see why we talked about self-love before? It's amazing, honestly. Now you're feeling guilty. That's the first question. Or is there a way you want to put that question properly or something? But anyway, let's just give an answer. How do I prioritize self-care without feeling guilty? It's about you. You put yourself above others, my sister. Wherever you are, put yourself above others. Place that value upon yourself. This is who I am. So why are you feeling guilty? Give yourself a treat like we talked about. This life, it's yours. It's yours to live, I will tell you. And you have to make yourself feel happy. Make yourself comfortable. Edify, empower yourself, and strengthen yourself. If you don't do that for yourself, no one will be able to do it for you. So can we take away that side of feeling guilt? Honestly, I don't know.
Because you're loving yourself, you're taking care of yourself, so there is no need to feel guilty.
Yeah.
You can't feel guilty for loving yourself, for getting yourself things you love, There's no need to feel guilty, my love. You can just, little things matter. The little things you do for yourself, they mean a lot. So there is really no need to feel guilty. But at your convenience, then you can decide to just, help people in the little ways that you can. But don't forget to put yourself first in everything you do. Give yourself that high profile and recognition that you deserve.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like, I'm so sorry for cutting you. That area of guilt, I feel like there's much more root to it. And it's probably because of the environment that you are keeping. And then maybe the people that you're surrounding yourself with, they're not, maybe they don't have that habit and lifestyle of prioritizing self. They don't believe in self-love, or maybe the people that you have around you, they're the kind of people that love to draw and bring people down. in that kind of environment, there's no way you won't feel guilty because, you know, you don't have the same mindset. Your goals are not the same as theirs. Theirs is far from yours. Their own orientation and perspective of life is far from yours. And so you're going to have to come out of that kind of circle, come out of that kind of environment. And even if it means just trying to just take out time to be on your own and set out what you want for yourself. When you do this kind of a thing, you know what happens is that people see you and get to identify you for who you are, and they get to make that decision. You know, they have seen you for you. You have come to that point that I'm alone, I'm independent, this is who I am. And so it's up to them for them to make this decision, but you're comfortable with yourself. So when they come, you will even be the one, you know, making that decision and setting that boundaries. Yeah, great guy, but you can't come, you can't pass this. Exactly. This is where it's, you know, so that kind of a thing. So you are feeling guilty, you know, come out. It might just be the environment that you're in. Come out of that place, yes, and choose the kind of people that you want to be with, that will encourage that path of self-care. And I think
and I feel by setting your do's and don'ts, it will help you identify yourself, know the type of person you are by setting that boundary. Like Deborah said earlier, just set boundaries. It will help you know the type of person that you are, what you want for yourself, and then to also clear the part of guilt. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I want to give that question. I think you should this one. Next question. I think I took that.
So this question is from Bisola, and she says, how do I manage work-life balance as a busy professional? So as a busy professional, it all goes back to your journaling. Everything we've said here goes back to journaling. You have to write things down. Plan yourself. Create a schedule for yourself. Say, okay, I'll get this done. Okay, I have work to do. I have this place to visit. I have a meeting to go for. You just plan yourselves. And then by doing that, you also have time for yourself. You have time to, you know, take yourself for treats, you know. Just get that food that you desire, you know. Yes, so that's just it. That's what I feel it is. Do you have anything to say?
No, honestly, you said it. You said it. The business and everything. Work on yourself first. By the time you work on yourself and determine the kind of a person you want to be, when you know that essence will flow into other areas of your life. So make every effort to build yourself first. Then definitely it will flow. It would flow when it comes to career. Flow when it comes to relationships, flow, social, it would flow. The essence that you've built will flow. So that is it. Yes. All right, the next question is coming from Dairy. And she says, how can I create boundaries with family and friends? Yeah, I'm sure some of you have taken note that, you know, some of these questions are not exactly in line. Pardon me. Some of these questions are not in line with the topic that we have. We're talking about balance, and you know, a sister of ours, Dairy, is saying, you know, how can we create boundaries with family and friends? And honestly, I believe that, you know, it goes back to, you know, what we talked about on self-love and, you know, value and just identifying who you are. Yes, just identifying who you are. That has just been it. Even when it comes to, you know, talking about the area of being a balanced woman, the kind of a woman you want to be, that narrative of the kind of woman you want to be. So that would help you definitely in the environment that you want to set with your friends and with your families. Set boundaries, set boundaries, set boundaries. Definitely, you would set boundaries, you know, when you have understanding of the lady that you want to become. And why are you setting boundaries? You know, no, you cannot encroach into this my personal space. Why? Because maybe you feel like this particular people are toxic. It's because you've come to identify and discover who you are. I just don't feel so. It all begins from you, my darling sister. It all begins from you. Setting boundaries are very, very important. Yeah, I don't want them to get into my personal space. No. Do you have anything to say?
You've said it all, really. Okay. It all begins from you, Darren.
Okay.
And the last question is from Opeyemi, and she says, can you recommend mindfulness practice or books that help maintain balance? So for the practice, I'll say you can take a walk, you can read read books, yeah. And these books, I feel you can definitely get books from YouTube, Amazon, Atomic Habits. You can just search, and then it will just give you just mindful habits that can help grow yourself, develop yourself. So yeah, YouTube should be able to help with that, and Amazon too. Yeah, there are books everywhere, really.
Yeah.
There are books that help, that target things like this, that can really help you grow, that can really help you develop yourself. Yes, and develop that mindfulness for yourself. Yes.
Yeah, but I just want to say something a little bit on Mrs. Derry's question that talks about how can I balance. I don't think I did justice to that. There are different ways, but I feel like you could just be very mature about it, regardless of the situation. Learning how to be, just the major thing that would help is keep being you and be yourself. Let them see. There's something my mom would say. When it comes to me not wanting to move with certain people, the right way is not to tell them to their face that I don't want to move with you anymore. You get? I don't really know. That's not how you do it. Just keep living your life. Let them see your values, and with time, you would pathways naturally. So that's just exactly. So that's just one thing I just want to add. So I pray and I believe that I've done justice to that question.
Yes,
all right, guys. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to having you on our YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.
See you
Thank
next
you.
time. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.